Hey. This is Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. I know. I'm late this morning. I know I should have went back to my 8 o'clock a.m. start time, but I'm still on vacation. I can start at 9 a.m. I am still officially off of work, all right? And so I started my show late mainly because I fucking overslept. Good morning, Ghost. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. Happy fucking Monday. Hopefully I can get people to join in. Oh, I forgot to clear my chats, but that's okay. Good morning. Happy Monday. All right, come on in, come on in. Happy Monday. I know I'm late as fuck. You see how motherfuckers do when they don't have to work? Damn it, I was in my ZZZs. I was knocked the fuck out. I didn't even want to get up when I got up, but I'm up. And so since I'm up, I'm going to give y'all the vibes for today. Hopefully y'all join in. I got a good topic today, y'all. I really do. So let me just start out with this. What? Step two. Step three. Step four. What? Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Hey, set your affirmations on. Come on. Good food. At a time. Hey. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day and call it replication. What? Hey. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. 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 Today's gonna be a good day. Life ain't easy, y'all. Come on in, y'all. I know I'm late as fuck, and I have a good topic today, and I need y'all to come on in here. What? Come on, reach out to your friends, tag them in. Let them know we on. Hey, what? So I'ma fake it till I make it. What? That's how you operate a cadence. Come on. That cause, hey. Come on. Greatness through my, what? Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Hey, wake up. What? Wake up. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Good morning, Johnny Leon Hill. Oh, and on IG and YouTube. Okay, come on in. Hey, Patricia Lawson. Hey, ooh, come on in. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a good damn day. Why? It's gonna be especially a good day for me because I'm still the fuck off of work. You know, last week, y'all, come on in, come on in. Yes, love, like, and share, people. Yes, Ghost, let them know. Hey, Shirley, come on in. Tag your friends in, tag everybody in. Let people know I'm late as fuck, but I'm here. The fuck? And if you're coming in on IG, come in and give me the hearts. And if you're in on YouTube, give me the thumbs up because I love a thumbs up. And on Facebook, too, give me the thumbs up. The fuck? Facebook, y'all shady as fuck. Just say hi. Damn. Thank you, Edwin Goodyear. You love the vibes? Then stay around. Hang with us, right? It's fucking Monday. So last week, y'all, we talked about, come on in. Hey, Blissfully Evolving. Hey, Theodora. Last week, we talked about our love language. I've been running around talking about, hey, my love language is touch. My love language is touch because I just love to touch. I do. But I told y'all that, right? I told y'all that. I need Angel in the room. Can somebody tag Angel in? Because she's the one who sent out the love language link. All right. Lulu Bells is her IG name. Somebody tag at Lulu Bells in here today. Get her in here because I asked everyone I posted it in my story. I posted it in my reel. And I said, everyone go out there and take the love assessment test so that you can tell what your love language is or what this thing says it is, right? And so I took the assessment, right? You know, I took the assessment and my boo thing took the assessment. And the funny thing is, we came out with the same exact thing. I want to know who on here took the love assessment. Anybody or just me? I'm the only one that followed the damn instructions. Right. And the reason why we posted this link up there is because we talked about people being in the, oh, you took it too, Ghost? What was yours? What was yours, Ghost? Because we talked about on here when you meet a partner, and are you compatible with that partner, right? And Pat asked, what if your love language is touch, but your partner does not love your touch, right? That's what we were talking about last week. And so Angel brought up this love assessment test, right? Because we all think we know our love language, right? But this love assessment test, yours was quality time. So was mine, Ghost. So is mine. Oh, Johnny, you took yours again and it changed. Did you answer it the same exact way? You know, Mine had quality time. I had the next one that was 23%, both came in as twins, was acts of service and touch. Acts of service and touch came in at 23%, but quality time was the majority of it. And I believe that because I am one. Hey, Zendrick. Hey, Miss Shalandere. I am one. I love to spend quality time. I'm not the woman that needs to be taken out like to luxurious places all the time. I do like to go out. I do. Let me not, I do like to go out and do things. I do like to get dressed up. I do like to do things where I'm dressed down, right? But I'm okay with just spending the time doing whatever as long as I'm with the person that I want to be with, right? So quality time is a big deal for me, right? Above and beyond gift giving. I prefer the time. The questions were really interesting because good morning, Zen Richards. When you go in to take the test, the first thing they ask you is, are you single or are you in a relationship? Good morning, Pat. I'm just saying. Theo said hers came up with quality time too. So everybody came up with quality time. But I don't want to get into the details of the question, right? But of the questions that's in there, but it ain't no short quiz. I was like, well, damn, how many questions? And it's one of those tests that the questions switch up, but they really asking the same thing, but in a different way. Cheryl Lee, I posted let me post the link here just in case some people didn't see it in my story. Give me 1 second. I'll post it here so Facebook and YouTube people can see the love language the love language link. I posted it. Also, I'm going to post the guest link because today's topic, let me just tell y'all what today's topic is. All right. I'm posting the guest link for anybody that wants to join. Today's topic, let me just frame it out. Keep the comments running through, though. Keep the comments running through. Everything is always about you. That's today's topic. Anybody have that friend? Don't be motherfucking shy on here. Today is Monday. Anybody have that friend that when they call you, hey Mishi Boo, when they call you on the phone, right? Or when you meet up with them, everything is always about them. They get right into talking about their life, their ups, their downs, their wins, their losses, never asking you how your day was, how you're feeling, if you need anything, not giving you enough space to have a conversation back. It's always a one-way conversation, and everything is always about you. Anybody got friends like that they, find themselves struggling to maintain a friendship because you find yourself running from the motherfuckers because everything is always about them. The type of situations where when you call your friend or they call you and you answer the phone and you find yourself on the phone like this for long periods of time because they's just a talking as if you're not even there, but they need you to be there kind of thing. Everything is always about you. All right. Let that marinate for a minute and think about that. Right. And if you are that person, because this is a healing show, right? We talk about healing and shit and doing better, right? And so you might be that person that thinks everything is always about you. If you are that person, now is the time to recognize the shit and do better. That's not a good quality in my opinion. It's like an asshole contribution. I say it's not a good quality. Everything is always the fuck about you. You don't have space to hear about nobody else. Is that you? Or do you have a friend like that? Ghost said, hey, I am Jacinta. Good morning. Oh no. Yep. Good morning. Johnny Leon Hill said acts of service 29%, physical touch 26%, quality time 23%, and gift giving 3%. My dominant love language used to be physical touch. Mine too. That's what I thought. But you know what? With physical touch comes quality time. Because in order for you to touch the motherfucker, there's got to be some time given in there, right? So I think that kind of makes sense. It kind of go together. Like I love spending time. If I if I'm into you, I love spending time. It don't have to be big. I just want to spend the time. I just want to be where you are. That's my truth. Ghost said the assessment was a lot of questions. I was wondering when it would end. Us. I was like, what the fuck? And then while I was taking it, my boo said, well, how you tell people to take a test and you didn't even know how the fuck long it was? I was like, what the fuck? I said, Coffee with Friends member took the shit. She didn't say how long the fucking shit was. I just assumed it was a quick ass test. I was cracking the fuck up. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Zen said, I feel so seen right now. I feel like that's me sometimes. Wait a minute. What's you? Everything is all about you? Are you that person, Zen? Because we're going to talk about this, right? Because I have had people come to me and to tell me that they got friends like that. I know that I have friends like that, and I be exhausted as fuck. I be like, what? Like they drain me. Right. And let's talk about it. Like, how do we maintain friendships when we have the type of friends that might jump on the phone or into any conversation and everything is about them? How do we maintain those type of friendships? Um, all right. Hey, Coach Donovan, good morning. Miss Shalonda Ray said, I took the test a while back and got top 2 with physical touch and quality time. But I'm going to take it again because I like gifts. I want all the presents. I know my gifts shit says 0%. I like gifts, but you know what? Gifts aren't that important to me. And that's something that I grew into. Gifts used to be important to me. Don't get me wrong, but I have gotten gifts and the man was shit. Right. And so I'm like, I can't even enjoy my gifts when I get gifts and the man is shit. I don't want it. I just want a good man. That's what I want. I want a good quality man. You know what I mean? Oh, say yes, girl. I got so out of hand. I had to wait 10 minutes and then I would say, I'm going in a tunnel. I'll talk to you later. The train tunnel loses reception. So, this is how you get rid of a friend that talks too much, right? You make excuses to hang up the phone, right? Who else has the friend that talks too much, and how do you navigate those conversations? Miss Shalonda Ray said, lately, I've been a counselor. When I talk to my friends, I think I was one in the past life. So you were one of those people that everything is always about you. We're going to break down this person because it's deeper than them just talking a lot, right? And I was having this conversation with a friend of mine, and they said, I said, why do you think a person is is like that? Why do you think a person, doesn't have space for anybody else but to talk about themselves, and they take up a whole conversation, right? And their response was, I think it's a level of insecurity. And I was like, wow, is that a possibility? Because, we talk about healing, and we talk about doing better, and we talk about unpacking shit. Maybe there's a reason behind why this person thinks everything is always about them. Ghost said, I have a homegirl. No matter how many months or years in between the time we talk, she always have a problem. It's draining at times. How do you navigate those conversations, Ghost? Because it can be draining, right? After a while, you like, I'm drained the fuck out. How do you manage those relationships, right? And why do you think those people are like that? I am to sent to say, yep, I had a friend like that. She said, had a friend like that. Had a friend like that. Why did you have a friend like that? Where the fuck did the friend go? Okay, I'm going to keep reading this paragraph 1 second, because she said she had a friend like that. I was trying to get more light in here, but I guess this is the best it's going to be. Going to be IG. Sadly, we are not friends any longer. After that friendship, I realized that relationship was one-sided. I even helped her brainstorm her own business ideas. Mm. The friend that thinks everything is always about them. Thank you, I am Jacinta, because this segued into the next part of what I want to say. When everything is always about them, sometimes it goes past just the conversation. It also goes into the acts of service, right? I am Jacinta said, I realized it was a one-sided relationship, right? I brainstormed to help her with her business. What I got from that is she didn't pour back into you. You were pouring into her needs, into the things that she needed, right? But she wasn't pouring into you because everything is always about her. Mm. Anybody have those friends that you have conversations with, and you talk about your business and your aspirations with, or whatever? They want you to constantly show up for them and support you, but they don't do the same for you because everything is always about them. Zen said, I am that person at times. Well, holy ho. Because listen, you admitted it. This is what the fuck they say. One of the things they say when you go to AA and shit like that is what? You can't get help unless you know the fuck you need it. Right? And so Zen, you said you are that person at times. That the fuck tells me that at least the fuck you know. How about that? Anybody want to jump on as a guest? Don't be shy. I am Jacinta said, I saved your 5 love language posts. A couple of my friends were talking about our 5 love languages. Do you think it applies to friendships too? Great fucking question. Yes, I do, but that's just my asshole opinion. Right? I do think that's a great question. I am Jacinta said, the love language. Do you think that applies to the friendships as well? I do. I think friendships can be intimate. And I think that's what differentiates your friendships between your friends, right? I have friends that I feel like we have intimate friendships, right? And I think it's because they tap into your love language. That's my opinion. I am Jacinta continues to say, do we expect our friends to interact with us based on the way we want to love? We got to the root of some of this past weekend. I think so. I think so. It might not be as intense as it is when you're with your significant other, but I think so. Anybody want to take a stab? All right, somebody's coming on camera on IG, but I'm gonna put the guest link up here again on YouTube and Facebook in case anybody want to join. Let's see who's coming on the video here. Okay, AG is coming on. AG, you should have came on YouTube. What is wrong? Why you gotta come on IG? Why you gotta come on IG looking all cute and handsome? Why couldn't you come on YouTube? The hell? You know this shit is coming through my phone. The YouTube people can't see you now. Oh, now I got Zen coming on. What? Please. All right, come on. The hell? All right, AG is gonna come on. Hey Zen.
Hey, good
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning. Let me turn the phone around so y'all can see the action from IG because IG don't get plugged into my podcast because IG is funky. All right. There you go. There you go. Good morning, Zen. So you said you are that person at times, but I feel like, the mere fact that you're aware of that helps you maintain that a little bit, helps you pull that in a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Okay.
does. I
Yeah.
think I have a couple of theories of how I got here. Because it was never me. I was never that person. And those types of people always annoyed me. They just sucked all the air out of the room and no one else could breathe. But I feel like I was the supportive friend, the one that sat there and listened to everybody's story and listened to all their stuff for so long that I never got any of my stuff out, you know? And over the past, I don't know, let's say 10, 15 years, I've had a lot of things that happen. There's been a lot of trauma. I've lost 12 people that were very dear to me over the past 10 years. And that's a lot. So it's like, I think a combination of how I was before versus all the other stuff that happened in that time frame kind of changed my perspective a little bit, but also made me want to unload a little bit more because I always kept it in,
Got it.
and now, through therapy and just friends that are willing to listen. I'm not that person that does it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I think there are sometimes there's reasons, and I think that's kind of my reason. But I am conscious of it. I do want to ask. I always make it a point to ask, how they're doing and all that kind of stuff. And I do always state, hey, can I drop something heavy on you real quick?
Okay. You ask permission.
Yeah. So because sometimes
You think some people are brave enough to say no?
yeah, no, people have.
They have said
Yeah,
no.
Some of my friends have. They're like, what? I
That's
just
I
can't.
respect people that could do that because that means that their boundaries are there. Like for me, I inside I'll be like, I don't really want to hear, but okay, go ahead. And really I want to say no.
It's
But I'll be like,
true.
oh my
It's
God,
true.
maybe this person really doesn't have anybody to talk to and they really need to release this. So just go the fuck ahead.
No.
You know?
And my friends know. Like they are all of my friends that are super tight in my inside circle, like they know they can say anything to me and I'm not going to be offended because I will say anything to them. And if they're
Right.
offended, then that's their issue. And
Yeah.
I won't even tolerate it. I'm just like, listen, you want to take this personally? That's on you. That's not me, boo.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So
So, I mean, I wanted to bring this up because I have come across several friends in my lifetime, y'all, that everything is about them. And I would find myself on the phone like this. I mean, literally, no lie. I'd be like this. I can literally watch a whole fucking movie and this person is talking, never once asking, how is my day? How am I feeling? Do I need anything? Oh, and if they ask, how is my day? Right? Before I can really explain how my day is, they start talking about themselves again.
mm,
Right? But you said some deep shit, Zen, because I also said, there's a flip side of this, right? Because the first thing we think is, oh my God, that person is a pain in the ass. But again, when I said that, I also said this is a healing topic driven show, right? So there's always something behind something. Right. So when you think about the person, everything is always about them. Again, I asked a friend of mine, what do they think that means? Because they also have a friend that is like that. And they said, they think it's for them, they said maybe it's a sense of insecurity, right?
could be.
Right. And I said, wow.
Mhm.
that made me think. I was like, we're always like that thing. That motherfucker's a pain in the ass. I don't want to talk. Let the phone ring. Let it go to voicemail. I don't want to be bothered with that motherfucker. But you don't know what's behind that. It could be something so much deeper, right? And like you said, Zem, you felt bottled,
Yeah.
right? You had so much stuff inside. You felt like you were soaking in what other people was offering, what was going on in their life, and listening to what they had. You had no space.
Well, I don't think it was that. I didn't choose to share,
Okay,
right?
you didn't choose
I
to
just
share.
kept it inside
Okay.
and I didn't share. And I
Yeah.
think finally it got to the point where, that cork just popped.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
now, when people ask, they better be serious when they say, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah. Well, good morning, Sai Abdullah. Good morning. Let me see what they're saying in the comments because they're talking about Well, Zen, did you take the love language test, by the way?
I'm taking it right now.
All right, because I need to know what the results are. Ghost, yep, I had a friend. Um, Cheryl Lee said, I have a relative like that who always wants to talk about what they did for others and who wasn't or isn't for them. When I finally asked, was they given from their heart or with expectation? Guess what? No more calls unless they want something from me. Ooh, they got offended because they're
Mm.
calling you to tell you all the things that they're doing for other people, and you called them out on that shit. So that's how you settle that. I am Jacinta said the way we want to love, we got to the root of that was, what do y'all think about? That was a good question. So I am Jacinta said the love language, and I want to go back to that. How does that apply to your friendships? I think that's a great question. Like, for example, if my love language is quality time, does that apply to my friends as well? I
Mm.
think so. To a point, maybe not as aggressive as with a significant other. I mean, I'm not trying to suck on my friends, but you know, just saying. Pat said, I have a friend like that. They just talk the whole conversation, and if I get a word in, they have the nerve to nod off. Offensive. Mm. So, Angel, good morning. We had to pull you in because we're talking about the love languages on top of talking about everything is always about you. Okay, everything is always about you. Do y'all have a friend or a family member that's like that? And how does that affect your friendships? Now, I have a few people that are like that, and it affects the friendship in a way that I don't answer their calls. Right. And I mean, I'm just saying. And some of them might hear the show and be like, this bitch. I love y'all. I do. But I just got to be honest. I do. I got to be honest. So I won't answer their calls because it drains me. Sometimes it drains me. Like I too have a lot of things going on in my life, right? And so it's not personal. And so I want the people that are saying to themselves on the inside that maybe I am that person, that everything is always about me. Just like you have the need, right? To talk about everything that's happening in your life. There's a flip side of this, right? The person on the other end sometimes is weighted because they have a lot of stuff that they're dealing with too. And if you're constantly dumping on them, it's a weight, right? And so what happens? They start avoiding you, and it hinders the friendship. It does. So, how do we navigate through this? How do you tell someone you are the person that makes everything about you without offending them? How do you do that? How could somebody have done that for you, Zen?
What was the question? I was taking my quiz.
Oh, you were taking your quiz. How if someone came to you and said you are that person that
Yeah.
everything is about you, how do you address a person like that and say stop without offending them?
Good question. I mean, to me, if that happened, I think people know I can be pretty blunt, and with my honesty, and would definitely just come out and say, like, is there a reason why you feel you need to unload or just you know rule a conversation, like,
Yeah,
what's going on? Let's get to the bottom of it. But
yeah,
um other people that maybe aren't so bold, I don't know. I think it would have to be hey, can we talk for a minute? I feel like whenever we have a discussion, the topic turns to you, and there's times when I need to also express how I'm feeling. And I would appreciate it if you could, give me some of your time because I really need it. And just
Okay, that's a nice, polite way to
you
say it.
have to be honest. I mean, but if there's people that are just exhausting, which we all have those people in our life, um, you have to make that decision as to whether that relationship is adding value to you.
Okay. You know, the other thing is, and I'm guilty of this, y'all. I'm guilty of this because I'm not perfect. The other thing is, and then I'm going to go read the comments. The other thing is, which is a bad habit, which we need to stop doing. When people are telling you an experience that they're having in their life or something that has happened to them, right? That is not always the time for you to say, "Oh, that happened to me too, and let me explain," right? That is the I do it all the time. I swear to God, I'm not perfect, y'all. I tell you, but I'm working on myself. And this is when I say you got to admit your faults to be able to work on yourself, right? And so
Right.
this is something that I'm working on. So I consciously have to, like, there's something in my mind when somebody is talking that says, shut the fuck up. Don't do it. Right? Because I'm constantly going, oh, that happened to me too. And then I wind up taking over the conversation. And
Right.
that person, now I became the person that made everything about me. That's another way to make something about you. When somebody is talking about something and you interject by expressing how that happened to you and you take over the conversation, that is annoying as fuck, y'all.
Yeah.
We got to
Yeah.
do better. I need to do better. I know I do the shit.
Interruptions are difficult to deal with to begin with. And I am the type of person that I don't like to interrupt people. I do, and I have, but I'm more conscious of it now more than ever, mostly because of my ADHD. Because when you have that, you have an impulsivity to kind of, jump into things very quickly and state things. You don't necessarily think about stuff that comes out of your mouth or the timing that it does.
Yeah.
So, I'm very conscious of it now, but there are times when um, there are some people, and I do feel it's a confidence thing, that will continue to talk and they don't give any room in between. And my husband does it constantly, and it drives me nuts. Where we will be, and it just happened actually on vacation. So we're sitting at dinner and we're all chatting and stuff. And he made a comment about how he looks, and I had said to him, I was like, "But you look gorgeous to me." And he launched at just the same time he had launched into some story. Um, didn't acknowledge what I said, probably because he didn't hear me. And then I'm sitting next to my friend, and I'm like, "It's gonna keep going. It's gonna
Oh,
keep going." And he just kept talking and talking
wow. And
and
he made
talking.
everything about, he had that moment.
And it's just like, but people do it at work. You'll notice it once you get it. You'll notice it when people just start talking. It's like they state a point and then they restate it in a different way, and then they restate it in one more way, and it's like they want to constantly reinforce. And it's like, okay, you said it once, good, I'm
Yeah.
good, I get it, let's
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, Ghost said we haven't talked in a while. This is to the friend that he told she had too many problems. She got upset because I told her that if you have so many problems all the time, then the source problem is most likely to be you. Whoop. Johnny Leon Hill said, I talked about the love language on my TikTok page, and the love language is important. I also put up a list that I came up with called the hard to love language, and I think that's also important. Hard to love language. Wow. That I want to see that list. I got to go to your TikTok page, Johnny. Okay, I need to see that hard to love language because that's important too, y'all. We always talk about the good shit we want to love. What about the hard shit? The shit that's hard to love? Hey, VDI Photo. Hey, Glamour 47. Hey, Naomi Light. Miss Shalonda Ray said, I absolutely agree that your love language applies to your friendships because they are relationships. Well, at least I think mine are. Yeah. Hey, Damaris. Yep. Let me see what else is on here. No. All right. All right. Yeah, so back to everything. Let me see what I put up in the friend that does all the talking. Do they ever ask, do you need anything? Now, that same friend, right, that does all the talking, right? Is that the same friend that you find shows up for you when you're in a time of need?
Mm.
Anybody have that experience? See, I have a couple of friends, and oh my God, they're gonna be mad, but you can't be mad at the truth, y'all. This is about healing and doing better,
Just
right?
don't say their name.
I,
Don't
fuck.
call them out.
Don't call no names, right? Don't call no names, okay? Um, but I have a couple of friends, right, that expect me to always be there for them, right? In their ventures and what they're doing, share my opinion in their growth, whatever it is, right? Give them advice. But those very same friends, they never show up for me, right? And I don't know, like sometimes I wonder if they realize that, is that a conscious thing that they realize that's happening, or is it subconscious because they are that person that everything is always about them, right? And if we want to break it down deeper, is there something deeper behind that? Like, because I don't think that this particular friend does it consciously. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that they're saying to themselves, oh, I'm just going to lean on this person whenever I need them and I'm not going to do shit for them. I don't think that they're thinking like that,
Mhm.
right? I just think it's just the way that they're moving naturally. But it affects the friendship, the dynamics of the friendship. So how do you navigate something like that?
It's I have one of my best friends, been friends over 30 years, is that person. And, will dominate a conversation. It's typically all about them all the time. Uh, will be there for the big things, but not sometimes when you really need them to be.
Right.
They don't always show up when they should, or there's always been something, and that they have their own business. They are a small business owner, so I get that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because that does play into it. But
Yeah.
there are times when I wish they were there or they had been there for me when I needed them to.
Yeah.
I am always there for them, but
Mm-hmm.
I know, because this person and I have been friends for so long, they are selfish, they are
Yeah.
self-centered, they are completely oblivious to how they impact someone else.
Mm.
They don't realize their ripple. You know what I'm
And this
saying?
is
Like,
what I'm talking about. You are
yeah,
describing exactly what I'm talking about. You said they don't realize.
mm-mm, no. And I've called it out, and it's not like they don't hear me. It's just the way that they're wired. And you know what? That was a decision I had to make. Do I still want them in my life?
Yes.
Or can I just let it go? Hey, Aquanda. Um, but yeah, that's something that I needed to decide. Is this working for me?
Yeah.
Is it just the years that we have together? That's all we have, or is
Yeah.
there something really here? And there is something there. And this person with my best man at my wedding,
Yeah.
you know, um, has always been, and the way, and I do think they think about it from time to time, because he's very generous,
Mhm.
in terms of he'll give what he can when he can, but sometimes he uses that to maybe supply, a gift, kind of like, hey,
Mhm.
I know I've been, shitty,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
here we are.
I am Jacinta said, and you probably just answered that. But she said, what makes him your best friend? 30 years of friendship? Question mark. Well, you described some of the things just now, but
Yeah, he knows me in and out, and that comes through. He's more family than I would say friend. He has been with me since I was in a senior in high school. We've been friends, and he's been through every major moment throughout my life. There was a period when we didn't talk actually for a few years, but other than that, he's been there through every major moment of my life. And he's the person that if I needed something, I knew I could call him and he would drop everything at that point in time if I was like desperate, and he would do that for me. So, and I would do that for him. He's always just been my person. Okay. And that's what makes him my best friend.
I love that. So your love language is acts of service, 29%, quality time, 26%, words of affirmation, 19%, physical touch, 19%, receiving gifts, 6%. How do you think this applies to you in real life?
I feel like this whole test was kind of weighted in a certain way. It didn't really offer you the ability to, I don't know. I feel
there was no in between.
Yeah, physical touch was definitely is definitely like really important to me.
Me too.
Service quality, yeah, absolutely. Who doesn't want someone to do something for them? You know, I mean, that's just wonderful.
Or you do for other people, right? Because acts of service, I mean, I know that acts of service, I'm strong in that. I have, like, I will do for other people before I do for myself. Like, I would give my last, like, and sometimes it's to my own detriment. Right. And so acts of service is big for me. Like, if I think that I can alleviate any stress in your life, if you're a close friend of mine or family member that I really care about, because I got friends and family members that, you know, on the side, but the ones that I really, really care about, you know, it's to the detriment of me. I will do what I can to relieve any stress on you. That's acts of service. Right. So, you know, I mean, physical touch though, that's my thing. I mean, I tell you, I got my toe. If we could be sitting on the couch, I'm gonna just put my toe on you. And that's my friends. Like, I got friends that'll be like, I don't like feet. And I'll be like, what the fuck? What type of friend is this?
Did you ever notice I never sat that close to you?
Oh, is that why? Because I saw I can't get my toe on you. Damn, that's messed up. Even my mother, she realizes that I gotta have my feet touched. Like, she touched my feet every now and again. Even my own mom. The fuck.
That's nice. I mean, well, she did wipe your ass when you were little, so
right, you know. And suck the snot out my nose. So what? Miss Shalonda Ray said, "I'm honest with my friends. If I feel like I don't want to be their dumpster for them to dump their problems, I tell them I'm not in a mental space to be a listener, and tell them I'll call them back. That's honest.
Yeah,
that's setting a boundary. Mm-hmm. Can't nobody be mad at you for that. Now, what about the friend that gets mad when you don't answer their call? Right now, I got this too. Right, this same friends. Right, they calling you. You don't answer the phone, and then eventually you answer the call, and they be like, "I called you 1,000,000 times, and you didn't pick up the phone." They make you feel like, you know, you got to explain why you couldn't take their call at that particular time. What in the holy fuck is up with that? I had a couple of friends do that to me recently, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, or they'll be like, well, I saw your green light on Facebook, but you didn't answer my call. What? So that you could call me and do what? Talk about everything about you? I have those type of friends, y'all. They look at the green light on Facebook.
There are people out there, and I have actually a sister that's one of them, that, you know, always want to interrogate you because you did not respond quickly enough. And I have learned, you know, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get your call, or I didn't see your message, or whatever. But I don't explain any further. They don't need that. They want that. They don't need it.
They definitely
That's my business.
If anybody is on this live, if y'all are that person that be asking motherfuckers why they didn't answer the call, I need y'all to explain, why do y'all need to know that?
Yeah.
Because to me, it could be as simple as they didn't want to the fuck be bothered. The fuck?
Right.
Right? What, I mean, I have literally felt hostage to my phone. Like, I'll be like, oh my God, this motherfucker is calling me. And they know that I'm not answering the phone because they see me posting on Facebook. Like, you know, I got some friends that make me paranoid like that, because as soon as I talk to them again, they're going to be like, I saw you posting, but you didn't answer my call. I didn't the fuck want to talk. I might want to type, but I don't want to talk. There's a fucking difference.
Tell them that. I didn't feel like talking.
Yeah. Be more honest, like Miss Shalonda Ray said. Chef, you said I'm not explaining why I didn't answer your call.
See?
I know that's the fuck right, but why the fuck do they think they need an explanation? Cheryl Lee said, I said it all the time, Zane. Compartmentalize, especially those you love unconditionally.
Yeah.
Compartmentalize. What does that mean, though?
To me, that means kind of like you're picking and choosing the parts that that are working for you, right? Like you love the person through and through, but you're kind of blind to voluntarily blind to some of their bad characteristics,
Mm-hmm.
and you just focus on what's the positive things or the things that you love about them.
I like that, because that actually gave me some food for thought. That's why I love y'all motherfuckers because, I will cut people off based on the parts that stress me the fuck out, but be heartbroken. This is why I said a couple of times on the show that I hate to lose people,
Mhm.
right? Because there's people that come into my life that I really love parts of them, right? But then they got these parts that I be like, fuck this shit, right? And I might cut the whole person off and then I feel hurt about it because there are parts that I miss about them. So I love the aspect of thinking about compartmentalizing people because you can't change people, right?
No.
People got to want to change themselves. They got to recognize the things in themselves that they want to change and work on that for themselves. Nobody else can do that for them.
Mhm.
So, I love the compartmentalized theory because you just focus on loving the good parts of them,
Mhm.
right? And learning how to deal with the bad parts at the same time. That's the part. That goes back to the hard to love. How do you get through the hard to love aspects of a relationship?
Right.
Wow, that's a deep question. I
It
mean,
is.
for somebody that was in a relationship for 55 years, then you should be able to tell us. 'Cause I mean, I think my
Wow.
longest relationship was about, 20 years, but it was like in and out, in and out. But for real, somebody that's been in a long-standing relationship gotta be able to say, how do you get through the hard to love shit? Because most bitches and bastards put their sneakers on to be the fuck out when the hard shit happens.
Mhm.
How do you get through the
They
hard to
say
love shit?
if you're going to break up with somebody, it usually happens at 2, 7, or 16 years. Those are the very the gaps of when it typically occurs. How do you do it? I think it is understanding what those things are and why do they affect you so much. Is it a trigger? Is it something that you just can't tolerate? Or is it just something that annoys you that you could probably get past or address?
Mhm.
It I think again it goes back to your decisions.
Yeah.
Is this something that you're willing to tolerate or to accept, knowing who this person is or not? But for me, Eric does some stuff that really gets on my nerves.
Mhm.
um, and but it not to the point where I would say, yeah, this isn't working for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah.
just they're little idiosyncrasy things that they're pet peeves of mine, but certainly not impacting the value of my relationship with him. I think anything that the other aspects of our relationship far outweigh
Yeah.
those little things. Right? It's just
Yeah.
like those are little blips in life that I could care less about.
Yeah.
Now, 6, 7 years ago, it was like 2015, 2016. Um, so we were together 16 years and we had a big event that occurred in our relationship. And I was considering at that time, do I continue?
Mhm.
But it was something that I came to him, I approached him and said, hey, this is what I've been thinking. This is how I've been feeling. How do we move forward?
Mm.
And you partner. I think that's important, is to partner with with your partner,
Yeah.
but partner with your significant other
Yeah.
to address an issue together. And if they
Yeah.
don't see it as an issue, then that's a flag, right?
Mm.
It goes back to what I stated, I think last week, was if that person throws it back at you or doesn't
Mm.
take it to heart, then that's not a person that you need to give that quality time to or your heart to, because they don't care or it's not that important to them.
I love that. I just found a topic from that I got to write down because that is one of the most hurtful things that can happen. And I'm going to expand on that in another topic, but I have an issue, but you don't see it as an issue being a red flag. I love that. And I'm going to expand on that in another topic because, and especially on the part that you raised when you said then they turn around and throw it in your face in a negative way. To use it against you as a weapon.
Yeah.
That is something that will have me put my fucking sneakers on and leave your ass.
Yeah. Actually, Eric just did that on Friday. No, on Thursday, which was my birthday, by the way. We got to a
Happy!
big
Oh,
party.
how you didn't tell me that Thursday was your birthday? I play happy birthday songs for people on here on their birthday. How did you not? The fuck?
How did you not know it was my birthday?
How did I not know it was your birthday? First of all, you were acting stink because you were at some nudist camp for the week, right? And
Yeah.
because you wouldn't get on my
You're the
live.
one that
He
goes
was
to
like,
Hito, not me.
no. He said the signal is bad. Yeah, motherfucker, y'all nude. That's what it was. Y'all were at a nudist camp for the week. Just
Yeah,
say.
no, I was in the Finger Lakes in New York.
You were where?
The Finger Lakes up in New
Okay.
York. Yeah,
Okay.
like it's huge. There's like 150 wineries across all the lakes.
Wow.
It's great. If you like white wine, especially Riesling,
I don't like
it's
white
phenomenal.
wine. I love red wine.
I like all wine.
Yep. Well,
Anyway,
Miss Shalonda Ray said, I heard TD Jakes say you can't get a gallon of size love out of a pint sized people. This has helped me compartmentalize what I should expect from certain people. That's a powerful statement.
yes, it
You
is.
cannot get gallon size love out of pint sized people.
And you can't pour from an
yeah.
empty cup.
Oh, and I say that all the time. You cannot pour from an empty cup. But I have had friends that I felt like has drained me and made me feel empty because, I had gotten to the point where everything was always so much about them that I felt empty. Like I couldn't offer them anything. Like, there has been times that I was going through something myself, right? And they knew that I was going through something, but still could not take the time to give me a platform to express what I was going through, and I felt depleted. So this is why I'm bringing this to the table, because there's two things happening. There's a person on the phone that makes everything about them, and there's something deeper behind that, possibly. And then there's the person that's listening to the person that's making everything about them and how they're feeling. And I have felt depleted, empty, because this person is asking me for advice, asking me for opinion, and asking and in my own life. There's a hecticness, there's a craziness, there's vacancies, there's voids, there's questions I have, answers I'm seeking, and I just don't have it for them. Right. And I'm like, I feel like I'm obligated to help these people because they're making everything about them.
Yeah.
And sometimes it makes me feel a little bit resentful. It does, because I go back and I'm like, the fuck? Like, is this a one-sided relationship? But then again, I go, do they even realize they're doing the shit?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's also important to acknowledge, and you kind of just said it, is that you have hectic stuff going on in your life as well, right? So let's think about that. You can't pour from an empty cup. Perhaps there are things that your capacity was already reduced and your tolerance was so low that they just drained what little you had left.
Yeah.
But that's why self-care is so important. That's why it's so important to
It's on my hoodie,
refill
guys.
your
Get you
cup
one.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, especially your mental health.
Yes.
And I mean, I've learned that, God, over the years, it's just why people don't do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there are times when I'll tell Eric, hey, I'm going to go for a ride, or I'm going to go for a drive, or I'm going to go take the dog down the beach or something, whatever.
Mhm.
It's something that I want to do by myself. And he's like, all right, see you. Have a good time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Or I
love
go to the
that.
spa, go to get a massage, go get a
Yeah.
facial,
Yeah.
whatever you want to do it for you, whatever
Yeah.
makes you happy. But if you're not making that time on a regular
I
basis,
do it like once a month. I mean, no, I
is that
redid my
enough?
budget. I redid my budget and I screamed at myself. I said, "Ooh, baby, this budget is fucking crazy. Like I'm really living above and beyond, right?" But
Um,
the one thing when I said, "Okay, I'm going to strap down on my budget for 6 months." I said to myself, "Okay, I'm going to strap down for about 6 months and get my shit together cuz I was living a little bit hardy this summer." Um I said, but I'm not giving up my monthly massage. I'm not doing that, right? I do so much. I work all day. I got my business. I'm doing so much. I'm like, I'm going to keep that monthly massage no matter what. That is the one thing, and I do, and that self care is not selfish. It's serious to me. If any of you have purchased any of my hoodies, from the mental health care line, it has the green ribbon on it, and it says self care is not selfish on the sleeve because I truly believe in your mental health. I truly believe that you should carve out time to care for yourself, to do things for yourself. Also, another thing, hashtag fit friends. For me, working out is for me and my mental health. That's not for everybody. Like somebody else might not choose working out for their mental stability, but for me, I choose that. Right. And so, I want to make sure that you guys know how serious I am about that mental health shit because I put this shit on my hoodies, right? I want y'all to know that green ribbon means everything to me because I've been down the road of depression, and I know what it's like. I suffer anxieties. I know what it's like trying to understand what your triggers are and how to navigate through friendships and relationships and dealing with everyday life, right? And fitting ourselves in that
mhm.
self-care, right? Because we can easily forget about ourselves. Easily. Johnny says, Zen, I have one friend you are describing to a T, and that's what keeps us as close as we could be. Great
Mm,
person, but self-centered and a gossiper. So I can't share, then don't want to share. But that's
mm.
okay.
That's tough though.
Isn't that carpent?
Compartmentalizing? Yes.
Uh,
Well, he knows the
that
limits, right?
part.
He knows the
Yeah.
limit of
Yep.
his
Yep.
friendship.
I love that. Cheryl Lee said, yes, Zen. Right, Robin. You can't change people and you learn how you can have relationships with that person without letting it cross your boundaries. Yep. That's right. I am Jacinta. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video and you send me the hearts. Johnny said, that's why it's important to have people in your life that can deposit back into you. So when they come to you, it's more of a sharing experience because they are pouring back into instead of dumping. But what if they're doing it subconsciously, like they don't realize that they're draining you, right? They don't mean they're not purposely dumping on you. Like, how do you control that, right? Cheryl Lee says self-care, you have to keep those boundaries. You do. You do.
Yep.
I struggle with that. That's why I have to put it on my shirt to remind myself. I am Jacinta says, but we are really pouring from an empty cup because we're still dealing with trauma, self-reflection, childhood issues, anxiety, depression, etc. I feel like we have to deal with what's in our cup first. Woo!
But yes, I agree. I agree. But I think you also have to understand, how do you refill your cup? You have to know that about yourself. Robin loves a massage. She also loves to work out, right? I love to be in nature. Nature invigorates me. Nature restores me. I will go out to my backyard and, just walk around with my bare feet because I need that connection to the
His
earth.
backyard looks like nature.
Go into the store, like go into the beach. There are, when the motion of the waves actually creates ions in the air, and that's why when people go to the beach they feel like invigorated and energized. It's because
Mhm.
those ions kind of like replenish the things
Mm,
that are missing from
mm,
your life. So it's that kind of stuff is very key to know, so that you know how to refill your cup
Yeah.
and how quickly it's going to take.
Yeah.
Because if you're always on E, there's nothing left for anyone else,
That's true.
especially your relationships, your own relationship with your partner or your spouse or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. And everything plays into how successful our relationships are based on who we are and how we deal with our own shit internally. Because think about what he just said, right? If we are empty, right, we can't pour into ourselves and we can't pour into other relationships. And so we have to think why people's relationships are not successful, right? Because a lot of us are going into relationships depleted, right? Not pouring into ourselves and trying to pour into a whole significant other. It's not going to work.
Right.
Right? I am Jacinta said, oh, I read that. Johnny Leon Hill said, I think your love language goes across all of our relationships, but I think the expectations vary in the different relationships we have.
I
I
agree.
can agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that. I'm Jacinta say yes to self-care. Loving this you season right now. Yes, the you fucking season. All right. We are in it. We are in it. And I appreciate you, motherfuckers. So I want to say this, y'all. Couple of things. I want to do coffee with friends after dark. I think I'm going to target to do it. Let me see my calendar. Yeah.
The 23rd, the 30th,
Yeah, I mean,
the
I think
7th.
I think I'm gonna do coffee with friends after dark on the 30th of September. Okay, that's gonna give me enough time to have you guys send me whatever topics y'all might want to discuss for coffee with friends after dark. All right, that's a Friday. It always comes on at 8 o'clock p.m. So if you want to join the show, y'all can just come on and join the show. We're gonna talk about a little bit of this, a little bit of that, right?
Mhm.
Whatever we want. The fuck,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
All right. And that show is only on YouTube. So if you're not following me on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe and you hit the bell so that you know. All right. Hashtag fit friends, y'all. I want to say that, I still see y'all out there working out. We are going to be working on some challenges and shit. I got to have an offline conversation with Yogi Girl Thigh because I feel like her challenge and the water challenge is going to be the first challenge that we come up with. I think she's thinking 30 minutes 3 times a week. And I think that's great because I always say my legs and my ass hurt, right? And last night my mother said, them shits always hurt. And I was like, that's true. She was like, you always hurt because you always riding your bike, you're always walking, your legs always hurt. And I said, it's because I don't do enough. Okay, I don't do enough. Bye, Zen. Thank you for joining. Um, I appreciate your ass. I don't do enough stretching, right? So I think incorporating yoga in your current workout routine is great. So we're gonna see what Yoga Girl Sai has planned for us. The other thing is reading for friends. We have to chat up. Let's start collecting some list of books. I am going to put up some books this week in that chat. I am Jacinta and Angel. Please let me know what your thoughts are, whatever books you want to add. If anybody on here wants to add to the book list, please send me a DM of the books that you want to add to the list so that we can vote on our first book. All right, all right. And other than that, y'all, I guess let me turn this shit around. Y'all don't need to see me on the screen like that no more. Y'all can see me right here. All right, all right, all right, good. All right. And with that, y'all, I appreciate you motherfuckers. If you want to follow me, please make sure you go to the link in my bio and follow me across all my platforms: Facebook, IG, TikTok, YouTube. When you go to YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the bell so that you know when I'm going live. Coffee with Friends After Dark, September 30th. Yes. All right. Come through with the mood setting. We'll have the topics that is open, freestyle, no filter conversations, adult conversations. All right. Bring the topics to the table. Let's see what you got. And with that, y'all, I just say continue to love up on your brothers and sisters because we are all we got. None of us are perfect, and I appreciate you coming to this show and sharing your imperfections and allowing us to give you our opinions and our perspectives, right? None of us are therapists, right? Some of us on here are certified life coaches, but we are expressing and sharing our everyday experiences, hoping to grow more positively, right? Growing our community, doing better, and loving up on each other, right? Even through the hard stuff. I posted something the other day that said, stop having arguments and hating on the people that you love. Death is inevitable. And I'm paraphrasing, but y'all saw the shit. Stop hating on people that y'all love, right? Work through your differences. Love up on each other. All right. And with that, y'all, my show is going to go back to 8 a.m. starting tomorrow. So I will see you motherfuckers tomorrow at 8 a.m. And I'm going to give y'all the motivation to go out on, because you know how I feel. I always say, even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. What? To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, the highway. Hey. Driveway is a nice way. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Hey. The key ingredient is belief. Better see with the negativity. I'ma slide right past that energy. What? You can still go. You can still go. You can still go. I never answer to no, man. I still go. Peace, y'all. This was Coffee with Friends, and I am Raw to D-Bone. Have a great Monday. I will see you guys tomorrow, 8 a.m. We are back on schedule. Peace.